Capricorn, Healing Grasshopper, here to do your third week in March reading, the 17th to the 24th. Oh dear. Ten of Swords. This is like the beating the dead horse card. Also the last straw card. The straw that broke the camel's back card. This one too? Not reversed. Okay. Okay. All right. So, Capricorn, it seems as though we've come to the point in the road where you are needing to deal with some personal issues, with some relationships here. And you have come to the end of your tether with a relationship. The Ace of Pentacles here is very interesting. Um, it's usually a presentation from spirit of an opportunity for material gain. Like, "Psst, Capricorn, if you do this, you can benefit from it, make some money." But that's not what this is saying here. This is almost as if Spirit is saying, "Good job, Capricorn. This is a healthy move for you," is the message here. Because your next card is the Lovers, um, which is a card of karmic situations. These are two people who are placed in front of each other, uh, placed into a scenario in front of each other by the universe, um, which is neutral. It doesn't automatically indicate actual lovers. Um, it's more like souls, the people. These are simply just two people being put in front of each other, right? But it's coming after the Ace of Pentacles. So there are a couple of declarations here. One is referring over here to whatever you're walking away from, or actually, this doesn't really mean that you're walking away yet. I'm sure we're going to get one of those cards, um, like the Eight of Cups, but, or like the Six of Swords. But all this is saying is that this is over. You've come to the end of the karmic lesson, right? Um, whether you have actually closed it out or not is up to debate. So we'll find out. Um, but yes, Spirit is acknowledging over here that you are coming to the end of a karmic cycle. Number one, because the Lovers is very much about karmic cycles, karmic situations, right? But the other thing is with the Ace of Pentacles attached to the Lovers, it's like moving forward, you are going to come across healthier connections because the other meaning of the Pentacles is health. Most of the time, it points to finances and money, but it can also mean health because this really just talks about the physical plane, Earth, right? And we are Earth. So our bodies are Earth. So this can sometimes mean health, healthy, right? Um, healthy relationships coming towards you. So, it's an acknowledgement and a consolation at the same time that it's all going to work out just fine. That even though this hurts in the moments, you know, looking back later, you're going to see that it was all for the best. And you're also, if you haven't already, you're also going to start gathering your tools from this karmic lesson that you went through because there are always tools, right? There are lessons that you take with you from these painful moments into the future. So, this is probably a time of processing all of that. What are you going to take away from this? So, you have the Page of Pentacles. Pages are beginnings, pentacles are, like I said, earth, material gain, some kind of benefit. So this is you seeing the benefit. It's like the ace, um, the page that he's holding is the same pentacle that the ace offered him. Um, so he's received the pentacle and he's really appreciating and examining his possibilities with this pentacle. So what does it mean? It means that you, uh, if you don't already, at some point, you're going to come around to the idea that there are some benefits to what you just went through and that you can take away a lot from it. Also, that it's healthy to walk away because it can be difficult to walk away, even when you're in pain, especially for Capricorns. Yeah, so Capricorns, we tend to really stay till the last minute with things. We're not one to quickly stomp off. We really stick around and try everything we can to keep a relationship together, right? We are um we persevere and relationships are no different. But you're at a point now where you see the benefit of walking away. The Three of Pentacles talks about your self worth, which is very important in this situation of, painful breaks, toxic relationships, because toxic relationships can chip away at your self esteem. And it doesn't matter how strong of a person you are and how self aware and self loving you are. Being around toxicity and low vibration can really chip away at your morale. So, this is a reminder that you are worth more than this. So, Spirit has placed this in the center of your reading because Spirit really feels that you need to hear that, Capricorn. What you went through is not your fault. Okay? Three of Wands. is about making the right choice for yourself and feeling confident that you've made the right choice and you're going to benefit from it at some point. This is the waiting for your ships to come in card. Mhm. For sure. Queen of Swords under the Ten of Swords. For real. Queen of Swords, first and foremost, is a very smart bitch. She does not miss a trick. You cannot lie to her. She will see through all of your BS and cut through it. Um, so this is the pragmatic side of Capricorn, where it's very hard to BS a Capricorn. We can smell it, and we really don't tolerate it very well. You know, we expect to, we don't like it when people insult our intelligence. How about that? Right. Um, the Queen of Swords is simply here as um, a protective energy and a reminder that you need to utilize discernment. So just sift through all the BS and, push out of your life what you know is shit. I'm a New Yorker, guys. It's very, very hard for me not to curse. Um, it's just a part of our vocabulary here. Um, but I think this is less of a suggestion and more of a description of where you are now. I don't need to tell you to whip out that sword. I think you've already got your sword out and you're just looking to trim away what doesn't serve you in your life. Um, then we have the Nine of Pentacles. This is like after you get rid of the low vibration, after you take out the garbage. I just heard in my head. After you take out the garbage, everything will be irie. Like it's like you'll be happy, you'll be yourself again, you'll find your self-worth, you will love Capricorn a little bit better than you were over here. You don't realize it when you're in this toxicity. If you say that to someone while they're in toxicity, they're like, I love myself, I'm fine. Yeah, you're really not. They really are chipping away at your self esteem. You really are asking yourself every now and then what's wrong with you. You know. Anyway, so this is being able to breathe again and enjoy yourself again. We need two more, please. Excellence. Okay. Very appropriate, the pages here. Ooh. Reversed. Reversed. Okay, so you have the king and queen Reversed of Swords. So listen, the difference between the King and Queen of Swords. Let's have a look at both of these. The Queen of Swords is a dynamic card. The Queen is talkative. She has her, see the way she has her hands up like this? She's summoning people, whoever it is, to her. She's like, let me see that. What happened? Um, the king, though, is completely at rest. His hand is at rest. He's got a very kind of, I don't want to say serene, stern kind of face on. He's really no BS dude. Neither of them are. But the difference between them is that she is actively talking and inquiring and arguing. The King of Swords is not. He is quiet. He is a listener. He is a man who speaks with economy, right? He only speaks when he really needs to say something. Otherwise, he is quiet and he is listening. So you have it reversed. So what this is saying, Capricorn, is maybe you need to try not arguing as much. When we end relationships, there is a lot of, what's wrong with you? Something, let me tell you something. You know, like you really want to get everything off your chest, which is totally normal, natural, healthy. But there does come a point where, especially if you're in a toxic relationship, like if you're dealing with a narcissist, like, yeah, you're wasting your breath. You know, you could talk until the cows come home about what they did wrong and how mad you are and how effed up that is. But it's not, you know. Are you saying it to make yourself feel better? Okay, but are you trying to get some kind of acknowledgement or apology from them? Because that's not going to happen. Um, so it's like, okay, you said what you had to say, but there really doesn't need to be any explanation. Oh, yeah, I was going to say there doesn't need to be any explanation about why you're leaving. Ten of Swords. There are 10 of these swords in his back, right? He has been hurt over and over and over and over again. This very much talks about a long, a prolonged situation, right? It is very, very likely that you warned this person before not to do whatever they were doing, told them you didn't like that, told them that you were worth better. Don't you ever do that. Talk to me like that again, and all that stuff, right? Did they listen? Did they heed what you say? No. They continued to hurt you over and over and over and over again, right? So now that you come to this point where you are done, you are dead, right? I mean, it's a gruesome metaphor, but it's really like it is done. It's that. Let's not forget. Didn't I call this a beat a dead horse card? Like, don't beat the dead horse, is what King of Swords is talking about. Like, there doesn't need to be any explanations about why you're walking away. Just walk away. And fine, if there's a confrontation or discussion or whatever, maybe you need to listen a little bit more. And because the thing the King of Swords really loves to do is give people enough rope to hang themselves, right? That's why he's quiet. He's like, mm-hmm, okay. Anything else? He's not arguing, he's not commenting. He doesn't care. He's just waiting for that moment that the BS comes out so he can use his sword, you know. And I have to disclose here that we're not talking about violence, yada yada. I know you know this, but so, um, and the other thing is, right? The king has a sword. He cuts out uh what doesn't serve him, right? You already know that you're done with this. So use the sword already. It doesn't, you see what I mean? Like, there doesn't need to be any more discussions. Because this is really talking about the primary message here is stop talking. There doesn't need to be any more. Oh my God. Oh dear. There's a song, and it's a very violent song, and I don't want to talk about violence, but there is anger here. So, and this is a very angry song, but um, this is a very New York song. I don't know if people outside of New York would know this song, but um, it's by Casanova. It's called Set Trippin'. I cannot, I swear, I don't know where this came from. I just had a surge of anger, and then there was just like Casanova's face in my head. He has a line where he says, "If you want smoke, there ain't nothing we gotta speak about." You know, that's like there doesn't need to be any talking. You're done. So so funny. Spears got jokes, I gotta tell you. I'm so far from that life. I couldn't tell you, but I do love my hip hop. So yeah, Casanova. Shout out to Casanova. I hope he's doing well. He's locked up right now. It's a shame because I really liked him. Kind of ended his career. But Page of Swords. I can't stop laughing. Okay, Page of Swords is you finally getting the message, right? You're like, okay. Listen, this is like I said, this is very, very natural. You're angry. It's natural to want to argue. But then finally you come to that epiphany like, wait a minute. I don't need this anymore. I don't need to talk about anything. I'm done. I'm out. This is receiving the download here. God, I'm gonna be laughing for the rest of the day. Go check out that song by the way. It's a good record. Um Higher self, I had a feel. Clarity, no. Okay. Right after this too, I'm gonna go listen to that song. I haven't heard it in a while. You're not alone. Oh, okay. So look, All jokes aside now, like I said, Capricorns really stay maybe a little longer than we should. And I'm saying we, for those of you who don't know, I am also a Capricorn sun. So I understand this. I've been through this many, many times. Um, and there does come a point where it's undeniable that it's over, it's done. But there's this feeling of defeat, like, I tried. I really tried, you know? And that feeling is very kind of defeating feeling. Um, like a feeling almost that you failed. And that's another reason why the Three of Pentacles is here. It's like you 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 are worthy. You're worth so much more than this. There's nothing wrong with you. You are great. Um, but you are not alone. You have spirit. Um, you have higher vibrational people coming towards you at some point. You have better relationships to look forward to than this one. And I'm surprised. Capricorn hasn't had a relationship, very many relationship readings. Um, I think there might have been one last year, but you guys are focused on your coin most of the time. So this must really be painful for you for this to be coming up. But let me also remind you that we're all in a transitionary period, or transitory, I guess is the word, um, where the universe is kind of nudging you to close out relationships that need to go, you know, close the chapter. And for the most part, Capricorns have done that. We have been through this quite a bit, and not just romantically, platonically and professionally. You know, we have closed out a lot of relationships in the past handful of years, but this one looks particularly painful and contentious. You know, for Casanova to come, you know, bubble up from my subconscious, I mean, that's anger. So, but just walk away and look forward to better days and shrug off that negativity. You know, that kind of anger, that kind of Casanova anger is just super toxic. I mean, it's absolutely natural, but you don't want to be there very long. I mean, as soon as you realize that you're in that kind of mode, it's time to make an adjustment, you know. You don't want to fan those flames. Okay, Capricorn, I will be speaking to you soon. Thank you for staying till the end. Um, please talk to me. Tell me about this. Tell me if you heard that Casanova song before. Tell me if that's the way you feel. Um, I always go into the comment section with expectation. I it really makes my day to hear from you guys. So don't hold back. Talk to me. All right. Um, Please like and subscribe. Those of you who are already subscribed, kisses to you. I appreciate and love every single one of you. I mean, from my first subscriber, you don't know how nuts I was when I got my first subscriber. I was like, oh my God, someone actually subscribed. I mean, when I tell you every single one of you, I celebrate every single one of you. So thank you. Even if you think you are subscribed, have a quick look for me, please, and see if you are. Some of you will be surprised that you're not subscribed. So please go ahead and do so with the like button as well. It's a very quick gesture, it costs you nothing, and it really does help me. So, and it helps the channel grow. So thank you. Don't forget the notification bell. I guess it can be helpful. But because I am posting all the time, almost daily, but also don't wait for the notifications. If you think of me, come have a quick peek at the channel, see what's new. Okay? Um, if you're really inclined to helping this channel, please share this channel with whomever you feel might enjoy it or needs it. But also have a look at the playlist. I have many of them made. Choose one, set it to autoplay, and have it on as background noise as you go about your daily tasks while you're in bed, winding down, um, but also while you're sleeping as well, because watch hours are what a small channel like this one really needs to grow and thrive. Okay, guys? Thank you so much, Cappies. I hope you feel better soon. I'll speak to you soon. Love, light, and many blessings.